know when the first non-African people ever ruled Egypt is? You have any idea?
Um, I believe the first one was, I guess, right before or right after, where Alexander the Great. Was he one of the first, or was there
He
somebody?
was at the end.
He
Good.
was at
That's
the
good.
end.
They know he was at the end. I'm gonna talk about that because
Yeah.
Alexander the Great is where you get Cleopatra from.
Right.
From that
Yeah.
lineage, we'll talk about it in two couple of seconds. The first were the Hyksos. Now the Hyksos
Okay.
came
Okay.
into Egypt around from 1783 to 1550 BCE.
And they were African of African descent
No,
too,
no,
right?
no. These was like Asian, European, not
Okay.
European, Asiatic. They were Asiatic from so-called Middle East people that came over. But here's the thing: they didn't even come over. Egypt had already had 12 dynasties. 12 dynasties. And some of these dynasties are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old. So by the time, again, the Hyksos even came, now Europe is nowhere even to be, Europe ain't even in, they're not even in the conversation at this point. There's no great European intellect. There's no Greek philosophy at this point. This is prior to that. The Hyksos come in for the 13th through the 17th dynasties. And they just wreak havoc. They didn't bring any culture, any intellect. All they did is basically want to rip, just like you see people now coming into Africa that want to rip Africa off of natural resources and the people and content, what have you. Same thing with the Hyksos. Now, when you make a biblical connection, the time of the Hyksos, you know, the time of the Hyksos is with the Bible is. This is when you're going to see that David enters Egypt. Right? I had to make this connection. I didn't know about this until I was older. Right? I've heard about all these terms when I was in Sunday school, but this is why David and his family was allowed to come into Egypt, is because the influx of these Hyksos that were coming in and controlling Egypt. So he came in at the same time. But eventually what you're going to have is, again, every time you see these foreign invaders or the intermediate period, you'll see eventually a rise where Black people say, we've had enough. And they're going to rise up and they're going to unite and they're going to come down. They're going to kick these people out.